Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. In this video we are going to work some more with the Fair Winds collection. We're going to use the lighthouse. I fell in love with the light. I love lighthouses. I absolutely love them. I think that they are just so cool to look at, and how the bricks are rounded and how they make them round. I just think they're absolutely awesome. Anyway, so this is called Guiding Light, and then I'm using the Uncharted Waters stencil. Now, I am an affiliate for Spellbinders and other companies. There's links below for you to click on. When you do that and place an order, I do receive a small commission. That's at no cost to you, and thank you so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I have everything cut out here, but I did use that typewriter set right here from the Adventure Sentiments, because I had not received my other sentiment set, the Fair Winds sentiment right here with the dies. So cute, right? But it just came in the mail today, so I want to use it. So let's see what our sentiments say. Let your dreams set sail, fair winds and following seas. Happy Father's Day. We're going to use that one because that's coming up. And it's the only Father's Day stamp I have. Seize the day, relax and enjoy. Let hope guide you. There's a thank you. Thank you for always being there for me. Now, these sayings right here, I would use on the inside of the card, even though I'm going to be using Happy Father's Day, and I'd be lost without you. I'm going to put I'd be lost without you on the outside of the card because of the lighthouse. And then on the inside of the card, I'm going to put Happy Father's Day. Relax and enjoy. May the seas lie smooth before you. May a gentle breeze forever fill your sails. May sunshine warm your face and kindness warm your soul. Happy birthday. And I'm so grateful to be sharing life, love, and parenthood with you. Oh, that's so sweet. That's the first time I read that one. That is so sweet. Nothing makes me happier than the time we spend together. So very, very nice sentiments, and just absolutely wonderful set. Now, I think you guys, because of the summer and the beach and all of that, I think these nautical themes are just so much fun. The last card I made was with this one right here, and it has the little pelican. So stinking adorable, right? And this one is Oh Boy, and it's B-O-U-Y, like buoy. How do I say? Where do I have that? Anyway, it's on my last video. So, but that is really, really cute set that pairs with this also. And then I think there's a sailboat. So, but these two cards are what I've come up with so far. So let's go ahead first, and let's go ahead and do just this stamping right here. And I've got my die cuts already out for that. Let me get my Misty right here. And I had my one in here that we were gonna do, but we're not, because let me put this away, because that came in the mail today. When I went to the mailbox, I was like, oh, here it is, here it is. But you can always use all kinds of different stamps with a lot of different die cuts, and I think they're just so much fun that things can be mixed up and matched, and just shop your stash sometimes if you don't have something. So that's fun. We have a lot of nice things that have released, right? I think. All right, let's go ahead. Let me put this down here. I'll just kind of do that, and I'll do the Father's Day here, and then the other one right there. And I'll just close that door. Let me go this way so we're not looking cockeyed, right? And we'll use a little black ink. And I'll just ink them both up. And stamp. And let's do that again to make it a little bolder. Is it bolder or more bold? I don't know. That's perfect. All right. Now see, here's where if I had my little Scout, that I would be thrilled to no end to use it, because it's just a lot easier to bring into my surface, right? You know, with the camera, because now I'm afraid that I'm going to really mess a lot of things up here. But hey, you've seen me mess stuff up before, and I'm not one to edit, so there we go. It is what it is. I am who I am. I'm just going to kind of move this in this way, and going to, let's see, I should show you, you can't see, right? So we'll just go over top of this, and if anything sticks to the bottom, we'll get it out. So let's see, this one goes here. I'd be lost without you. I love that because of the lighthouse. And then Happy Father's Day. And so this stamp you could use all over the place, right? Every year. But you know, we always buy new things. I'm always buying new things. I'm always like, okay, I'm not going to buy. And then I do. So just cut these out. I would have had these already done, but like I said, it just came in the mail today. So there's that. And don't you love a good die cut, right? I love that. When Spellbinders does stuff like this, I think that's wonderful. Fun set, right? So here we are. And I am just going to glue this onto the center of the card, right? Okay, let's see. A piece of paper there that we don't need. My magic mat is warping, and I have a new one, but I won't use it until I am absolutely fed up with this one. So like I kind of put it through there and let it mash it down. So let's hope that I haven't picked up any pieces. I think we're okay. And so my card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This, of course, will also fit on a top folding card. That's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. Same thing, just, you know, because the front is still going to be the 5.5 by 4 1/4. No big deal. I'm going to go ahead right now and glue the Happy Father's Day, to the inside of the card, white on white. Should I put it up there? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do that. Don't have a shadow. I thought all of a sudden about putting a, wait a minute, let me think. See, all of a sudden, and then that's just so scary when I say let me think. Let me get that purplish color right there of cardstock. And let's do this. Let's do 4 3/4 by 3.5. 4 3/4 by 3.5. I've got an idea, which is scary in itself. Okay. Okay, now let's go. And here's the new trimmer. See, immediately I just brought it in here. I was like, let me just use this. I wasn't even thinking to even say anything. But here it is. Okay, now Happy Father's Day here. Okay. Let's do that. Cute, right? But we can't write a sentiment. It's dark, right? So let's measure. Let's do 3 1/4 by 3. 3 1/4 by 3 in white. 3 1/4 by 3. Let's do that. So here's the piece of cardstock. 3 1/4. Well, I'm bound to lose a piece, right? With going over top of all of this constantly, you're like, oh, she's going to lose a piece any minute. By 3. Okay, that's a nice little piece for a sentiment. And we're just going to mat that right there. Oh, that came out wonderfully. Okay. So let's do that. Design on the fly. You're just watching it just because I got those sentiments. Oh, that's cute. And I could just do that. Whee! Oh my goodness. And here. And here's the inside of our card. Hey! I'm happy with that. Nice. Okay, now we're going to do some stenciling, but let's first put our lighthouse together. So here's our lighthouse pieces. Let me show you these. That goes with that. This is that purplish color that I've got. That was just in my stash. I did these out of gray. That's that one right there. And then here is the stripes on the lighthouse. So let's put this together first, okay? So things are etched. You can see it right here. Let me see if you can see that. With the little windows also, and then there's a little door down here, okay? So, and I just want white, red is the way that it falls. Like this one comes here. These are specific, okay, because it has that little like straight part on the top. Then it fits right in there, and see it has the little window etch. So here we go. Get my little tool here. I say this all the time, I love to paper piece because it's like a puzzle, and I love puzzles. There we go. And let's do this one. And right there. You're going to watch this little piece of white come alive with our lighthouse. Now the little door I did out of the, here are these pieces right here. There's 3 windows and a door right here. I did yellow and then that little purple that I used on the top. Just like that. You're just going to watch this come together. Just so much fun. And the top of our little windows there are rounded. Isn't that so stinking cute? Oh my goodness. Now I put this as, I don't guess that you really need, I don't know. You know, you could use it all black and then put the gray on it, but then I decided to put the purple on it. So just, you know, whatever your imagination feels like that day, you do that. But I wanted to use all the pieces. Let's see, we've used that one. And I've used this one kind of, well, I have to use the white right here. So I put this here. Okay. And then, you know, I mean, you could have made this a different color. The little top of that now is black. Whatever color that you want. So we've used this piece, we've used that piece, okay? And now, let's go ahead and put our, let's do this little piece right here. So this actually comes down like this because it's kind of like that and then like this, okay? And the larger part goes to the top. Do you see that? The large to the longer part to the longer part right here. Okay. So I'm going to attach this one first so that I know I'm absolutely lined up here. Just like that. And then this one's going to come over top. This is like the gate, like if somebody was to walk up there, I guess it's like where it holds them back or something like that. You know, like a fence almost. I'm just going to put my glue on these 4 little ones on the inside. So I'm just going to put that there. At least this is how I put it together. I mean, you might have a totally different way of putting this together, but this is what I came up with. So I'm going to kind of center that. Okay. And then I'm going to place, now before you put this on here, there's two options that you have, okay? So I did the red, I did that, okay. This is the light, this one right here. So let's go ahead and put our little light together, and I'll show you the two options that I think that we have. So put a little glue around here. And I'll put that on this little kind of circle. And I know I'm getting glue all over my glass mat, but that is so easy to clean with a glass mat. Okay. So right there, okay? So now the two options is one, put it here first, and then, or I'm sorry, put it here first, and then put this on top of it, or put it to the back of both of them. So I don't know, let's put that in there first. Let's just do that. Or you could put it just in the back, I guess, of both of them. But let's just sandwich it in. This is just doing something a little bit different. So I thought sandwiching it in might be a good way to hold it. Move that to the center. That little circle the best we can. Just like so. Okay. And now we're going to put this over top of it. And that kind of makes that light. I have a little darkness going on here because of where I've touched it with my gluey fingers. There. Okay. And now I'm just going to place this over top just to hold on to it. Like so. And have it in the center. Or you could put it behind, you know, just however that you want to do that little light. But that's where that goes. I'm going to let that glue dry and then get some more of it off of there. But anyway, here is our lighthouse. Cute. Now these little pieces right here accent our top here. So up here gets the skinny one right here. And it almost, I think it does have a little bit of an arc to it. Move my light more to the, scooch it over there. There we go. To the center. So I think it kind of does have a little bit of an arc to it, but I don't think that does. And this goes on the bottom. From at least the pictures that I have seen, this is what I got on how to put it together. Okay. Now let me work some of that glue off of there. Okay, there we go. Now use that and that. Now there is two seagulls right here. We will use those later on. Okay, and here is our wonderful lighthouse. So stinking cute. Let's use some, before I mess up this entire set, let me put this back with my, put it back in my packaging, okay? Eee. Actually, let me just move it to the side over here and I'll put it back in a little bit. So, there we go. Just let me get it out of the way. Okay, let's use some medium foam. And I'll put one here and one up here. And I think I will put one in the middle because I don't want it to bounce. And then up here I'm going to see if I can sneak in. Ooh, I even have a half from my other card that I had made. Or I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Oh yes, here it is. It's a little half of one. And I'll stick that up there. Okay, so now we're ready to go here. We don't see any of them on that side. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so guiding light. So here's the birds. Okay, I'll just leave these out here. I'll put my dies away, get them out of the way, because we are going to do a lot of stenciling in just a minute. I want to put the rocks together now, and I think the rocks are just so cool. Okay, so here are our dies for this. There's our cut pieces. Here's our dies, solid, and then the decorative part of the rock. And I'm still going to do the stenciling with the rock, because then I'm going to put this, I'm going to set this on top of it. Okay, so there's one. Isn't that cute? And then this one, because I think it just adds depth and dimension. And why not? They gave it to me, I'm going to use it. Especially if I'm doing, you know, the first run with it. I want to use everything because I want to see how it comes together and what I can achieve with it, right? Now these guys I'm going to pop up also with some foam. Just put two there and a couple on here. And I really feel like I need a little bit of a strip right there. So I'm just going to cut me off just a tiny sliver. Excuse me. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so now everything has foam. We're ready. We are ready to go. And we can get more things out of the way here, because I need a little room with the stenciling. And you know, every time you stencil, things are going to come a little bit different, which is normal. Colors might be a little bit different because you add a little pressure, take away some pressure, you know. It's always going to be different. Now, on my video for this card, oh yeah, oh boy, here it is, B-U-O-Y. So this was the one for this card. And for this card, I cut the piece of white cardstock and then moved my stencil around to kind of where I wanted it and needed it to go ahead and achieve my stenciling right there. This time, I'm going to get my mat. And it was so funny, in that video, I was like, now I need to buy a sticky mat, a better sticky mat, like an ultra sticky mat, because these things are not sticking, and then all of a sudden, everything stuck. It was so funny. I was like, okay, let me say something and then it not be that. So I cut my piece here to 6 by 6, which is the exact size of the stencil, which is great because I'm going to cut it down, okay? So I made it the exact size. You could also use a bigger piece and let it hang over a little bit, but I'm going to use this at 6 by 6, and then I'm just going to tape down my stencil. And I'm going to start with my blue, and we'll just use some light blue, just like I did in the other one. And this I'm going to hold down. And see, I already know that I'm going to cut this down to 5.5 by 4.25. And now, even though stencils come in a, you know, most of them come in like 1, 2, 3, you know, in succession like that, you don't have to use them that way. If you feel better about like doing the top first, go to those. Go to that. You know, whatever you know you want to do. Nothing's written in stone. And we're just going to hold that piece down because I don't want it to flop up. I love to stencil. And see, everything is holding everything down just fine. I was like, I don't think that this is, I've been shying away from inking up flowers and stuff because maybe it's just because it's bigger pieces. I don't know. I'm still going to get an ultra sticky mat. just like that. Okay, so that's stencil number 1. Move my card out of the way so I don't get ink on it. This is stencil number 2. Let me find my 2 right here. And now this will be my rock. And now this time, instead of, you know, picking and choosing kind of my little rocks around there, I'm going to use all of them. So 6 by 6, kind of tap that down. Hold that in place. And let me see, put my gray inks back. I still had some Stampin' Up! Gray ink and I kept it. So first I'm going to use the light. Move this over here. And then as I come in with, you know, more, I'll go to the dark. Now on my card though, I cut this entire piece off right here. I'm going to try not to do that on this one. Rocks always have, you know, a lot of shading to them and what have you. This one I'm going to make just a little bit lighter, just so that it's different than all of that going on. Right there. Nice. Okay. Now, number 2. I'm going to do, how did I do this? Let me think, which is so dangerous. Okay, I brought this here. I say that all the time. Did I do that green? Or did I do this one green? Let me think. Let me think just a second. And I brought this down. Oh, you know what? Look here. I've got it upside down. See where it says 3? Not good, okay? So, learn by my mistakes. I was like, why is this not lining up? It's not lining up because my 3 was up here. So make sure you see your number and that it's correct so that you can line up your stencil correctly. Okay, just like so. And I'll just tape this off. Oh, no, that's easy. That's blue. So, let's use a little blue. That light blue again. Use any color, any blue that you have. I wasn't using my Distress Oxides for this either. Just picked up my ink cubes that I have had for forever, I will say. And I just want a nice light blue sky. I have to give it to these ink cubes. They really hold a lot of ink. And these are Pink Fresh Studio. Even my Gina K ones have held a lot of ink. Very, very happy with all of it. But I'll tell you what, I've got to admit, I really love the look of the Distress Oxide. I love the powdery look of it that I've been doing. I've been using it a lot. So I guess this time I figured I'd switch to something different. But I needed some shading of blue color, and I have that with my Pink Fresh Studio ones. You know, and then you can also get shading with color if you use the same ink, but then concentrate it more, you know, just use more of it. So this is going to be my sky backdrop right here, and I like that. Just like so. I was so happy with that. I even said on the other card, it even came out better the second time I did it. So again, I'm going to pick this up, and I'm just going to kind of tap that down. And this I'm going to do in green. And I used dark spruce, a dark green. So use whatever green you have, but you know, I just used a dark green for, and I'm just going to use a little foam dome here for this. Now I definitely want, and I want to watch this when I do it, because I definitely want it to attach to my blue, okay? So I'm moving this up a little bit so that I see just a little bit of a haze of a blue right there, so that it kind of attaches. Trying not to make any, you know, white lines, but we might get them. And then I'm going to color in the rocks with some darker gray. Let's see how we did. That came out pretty good. I think I'm going to leave that just like so. Yes. See how we're making like trees out of that? Oh, what am I doing? Here we go. Let's get our rocks in here. And let's get a darker gray now. And I'll go back in, even with the same gray brush, it doesn't matter because now I'm going darker. I'm just going to kind of hold this right here. Make these little areas darker on here. Even though I'm going to cover it up with the pieces that we die cut, this is still going to be in the backdrop of it. It's going to make it look really cool. And some of it I am going to cut off. I think I'm happy with that. Yes, look at that. Aren't we building a scene? I love it. We're definitely building a scene together. Okay, now this, let's bring this in. Let's cover that. Adding a, I want to see that little bit of green there and maybe a little bit of blue. And let's go ahead and use more dark. See. Look at how fantastic those rocks are looking. Awesome. Look at that. Just the shading. Now we're going to put birds up here. And I want to go ahead, and what I have on my brush is what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to worry about that water yet. First, I want these guys a little darker. Almost like, you know how in the sun a bird can just look black? You know, if the sun is kind of in your eyes. Let's just look. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Okay, now, see this little white line? I have just a shimmer, just a hint of a white line there. I'm going to bring this up, bring this over, and then I'm going to go in with a darker blue. This time even I'm going to use this sapphire. And here's my blue. Okay, so because I want to hide that line right there, just a little hint. Go ahead and tape that down. Now, I said in the other video, be very, very, very excessively careful right in here, because these are very thin and it's easy to push them and break them off. So as you see, I'm kind of hitting it and coming up from either side, trying to kind of meet in the middle. Now here on the sides, you know, I'll go ahead and swirl it. I'm not worried about where my birds are, because this is where I want my water. That's the greatest thing about stencils, moving them around. Let's see how we are on our line. Peel this up. Oh, we're good. Look at how that met. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh, I like that. Hey, once you see it and you like it, you're done. Look at that. I love it. Isn't that such a pretty scene? Just a beautiful scene. Okay, now we love it. Well, we're going to cut it back. Let's see what we get. Let's bring the trimmer in. And I'm just going to cut this little bit of white off here. I'm not measuring yet. Okay. Okay. So tall, it would be 5 1/4. No, I'm sorry, 5 1/2. I am going to cut most of that off. I hate that, but well, there we go. We got a little bit of it left. Okay, and then by 4 1/4. So 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and of course we don't want to do that. So let's come over. Let's cut that off. And let me flip it and cut this side, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay. Which would make a great, you know, like 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 card, it would make a great one. So we need to cut this down to 4 1/4. Let's go to 4 3/4 here. Ooh. Let's do this side at 4 3/4. And then turn it, and then go 4 1/4 here. So we cut most of that rock off, but look at how pretty. What a pretty scene. Isn't that pretty? Nice. Okay. Now card base. And here. And there we go. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. And I love the way that we added the green for the mountains. And the trees in the mountains with the rocks. Now I know this is a longer video, but we had a lot to do. We had to put things together, we had a stamp, we had a stencil. And sometimes with something like this, I just don't like to get in too big of a hurry to show you guys this is real time, you know? This is what it's going to take. So enjoy yourself in your craft room. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, that is just so pretty. I love that. I'd be lost without you. I think that that would be fine right in here. Let's just put our, I already know I want my, where I want this little guy, over on that side. The right side. I want this right in, well, look, we got to put our rocks first. Don't get ahead of yourself, Joanne. Calm down. So we're going to put this little guy right here. But see, our rocks are going to poke out from the back of it, which is going to look so cute. And let me just think about this. Yes, yeah, we're going to put the rocks there. Yeah. You know me, all of a sudden it's like, well, let's change it up. So here we go. So I kind of elevated a little bit to see it, and I want to see the sides and right there. And then this little guy is going to come right down here, just like that. Now, of course, you don't have to use all the pieces. I just wanted to, the first card, I want to use all the pieces. You know, you could easily just put your lighthouse here and then show your water, if you'd like. I'll put this right here. Go right to the end. Not like this one where I could have the tail hanging over because I had card. This is, you know, right to the end of the card. Now let's put our lighthouse right. Let's put it right here because I like those two birds. And we'll put it right down in there. just like that. And then we're going to put the little white ones. Oh, look, you know what? On that other card, I didn't put these darker birds. So this one really is different. Put these little guys. Like, let's see, wait, I want the larger one here. And the small one here. There we go. Come here. Okay. So there's just a bunch of them all around that lighthouse, which is normal. See, because this one I didn't use the birds, and then I just put the 2 white ones on there. And then I used some gems because I did not have my crystal essentials here, my color essentials gems that they just sent me. I want to use the Peridot in here, the green, just for to add another color. Make the water sparkle. Let's see, I think I want this little tool. And I love these itty bitties. So I'm going to just place some of these right in here. 3 right there. And I'm going to put a couple up here. Just littles, just the little ones. I'm not going to use any others. And that's it, right there. So I have Peach Blush, Peridot. What else did they send me? Which was so nice of them. Smoky Topaz, Denim, and Orchid. And I've used these on a bunch of cards that I've made. That videos are coming up. So here we are tonight. This was so much fun to do this tonight. Let me put these over here so that I know I'll put all the lists below of everything that I can think of. Here are both our cards. This water a little bit darker. That really came out great. Both of them did. Every time you do it, it's a little bit different. And now we're going to put this sentiment right here. I'd be lost without you. Let's pop that up. Get some foam. That right there. And then inside, Happy Father's Day. That really came out fantastic. Oh my goodness. I love to stencil. You can have so much fun with stenciling, guys. Look at how different. Same set, same everything. Darker water, almost like it's a nighttime thing. This is more of a daytime one. I think they both came out fantastic. And thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this card and the video. I'll see you next time.